You tell them I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Woo! And hell is coming. Tomorrow is college football season is coming to an end. Once again, it goes by like a blink of the eye. Just like that. Snap. It's gone. It's gone after tomorrow. I'm going to be a little depressed, I won't lie, because I do love college football. I can't deny it. Now, I am thinking about changing things up a little bit in the off season, so we'll have more stuff to talk about, as I've talked about before. I might, dabble in a little bit of, worldly news, celebrity news, maybe a little politics, maybe a little college basketball, everything. Not just sports, not just politics, but everything. Anything that y'all want to talk about, because y'all are the common Joe and the common Sally in the know, even more so than all the media talking heads. And I may even change the name back to Outlaw of the Common Folk. Y'all let me know in the comments section whether y'all want me to do that or not. Also, y'all like the entrance with the tombstone, with the, Kurt Russell with a rifle saying hell's coming with him. Do y'all like that intro? If not, I'll get rid of that. I've been thinking about that as well. But we're going to come in here and talk about the Ohio State versus Notre Dame game, some of the prop-up bets, some of the bets that they think you should make, everything from the point spread to the over and under to even how many yards the tight end and the quarterback and the wide receivers may have or may not have, who may score first, and all that good stuff, if y'all want to talk about that. See who we got up in here already. Looks like Old Thunder OU Sooner is in here first. He is the first batter up, as he has perfect attendance just about. I'd say 97, 98%. Trump officially president again, and that Biden idiot officially out of the White House. Well, come out of the damn gate with some political stuff. Why don't you? Now, I did invite a few people to be in here tonight. Whether they will be in here with us or not remains to be seen. Let's see what we got here. Going to give Johnny Johns a holler, see if he wants to be on or not. We'll just call him real quick. We'll disturb him from his sleep. How about that? Hear it ringing? I'm just going to ring. I'm going to call him and hang up on him. A little prank phone call live. How about that? First prank phone call on the Outlaw of college football. What do you think about that? Hear it? That's the most annoying ring, is it not? When someone calls you on Facebook, is that not annoying as hell? But anyway, a little holler at him. Maybe he'll be on here with us in a little while. Maybe he won't. But we already got 15 boogers up in here. Glad y'all up in here with me. Hey, I am Sooners in the house. Hey, Outlaw, Happy New Year's coming from Oklahoma. We are going to talk about Oklahoma as well. Oklahoma may be in the run for Jim Knowles, outside shot. He hasn't really shot the rumor down. He's sort of him hollering around about it. He won't just come out and say that he's not thinking about coming back to Oklahoma. So, there's a possibility. So, until he says no, there is rumors that maybe he's waiting till after the championship game to make his decision and to come to Oklahoma. Right now, he's making $2 million a year. Zach Alley was making a lot less than that. So Oklahoma would have to get close to that probably. But it may be just the fact, like I've talked about it before off air with plenty of people, that Johnny Johns, I've talked to him about it, that maybe it's just the fact that his family liked it here at Oklahoma when he was down here at Oklahoma State. And if Oklahoma can just get close, they don't have to match Ohio Stank. All they got to do is just get close. And maybe Jim Knowles will come back to Oklahoma because his family likes it in Oklahoma. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and bring y'all something up here about the championship game. National championship predictions and all that good stuff. Let's start with Fox. Make sure I got that up for y'all. There we go. All right. The college football season is heading for a thrilling finish, or so they think, right? The Buckeyes, blah, 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 blah. We're going to go on down here and get to the good stuff. Ohio State versus Notre Dame information and odds. It's going to be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Georgia. It says Ohio State versus Notre Dame betting information update is January the 19th. The favorite, of course, is Ohio State. They are an 8.5 favorite right now. Minus 373 on the money line, plus 294 on the underdog. 45.5 is the over-under, and the money line is a negative 109, and the under money line is a negative 111. So that's some of your little odds there that you might be interested in. Picks against the spread for Notre Dame is plus 8.5. Pick OU over 45.5. Prediction is Ohio State 26 and Notre Dame 24 by Fox anyway. Per the spread and over under, the implied score for the matchup is 27-18. So if you're using the computer and the spread and the over and the under, the implied score, it says, is 27-18 Ohio State over the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. The Buckeyes have a 78.9% chance to claim victory in this contest per the money line's implied probability. The Fighting Irish have a 25.4% implied probability. Ohio State is 9-6 against the spread. Notre Dame has won 12 games against the spread this season, failing to cover or pushing just 3 times. And a little interesting tidbit here, Ohio State versus Notre Dame head-to-head. In their past 2 head-to-head matchups, Ohio State has defeated Notre Dame. The last 2 times the Fighting Irish have played the Buckeyes, they have posted a 1-0-1 record against the spread, though. So they've covered the spread. Over the last 2 head-to-head contests, Ohio State put up 38 points, while Notre Dame has compiled 24. So that's some interesting stuff here for all those people that didn't really delve into the betting thing. I don't really do a lot of betting, but when it comes to the national championship game, I always like to delve into this stuff just a little bit. What do y'all think about that? Where are y'all putting your money at? Where are y'all putting your money at? Y'all putting your money on the over and under? Are you going to take the 45.5? Do you think they're going to go over or under that? Also, the implied probability showing that Ohio State is going to win 27-18. So they think that they're going to cover that 8.5. What do y'all think? I like to say that they're not going to cover the spread. They're not going to beat them. But I'm not too sure because Ohio State's a little pissed off. What happened with Michigan and how the fans reacted in their own fan base and how they've been wanting to fire everybody from Ryan Day to the athletic director has gotten them in sort of an ill mood, I think. And that's why they've just been hammering the hell out of everybody. So in the end, it's a hard game to call. I really want Notre Dame to win. Notre Dame hasn't won a national championship since 1988. I was a whopping 17 years old then. I just got my driver's license the last time the Fighting Irish hoisted the trophy with old Lou Holtz in tow. That's right, Lou Holtz. Old Sakatosh. That dude, used to feel sorry for anybody that was on the cast with him, man. He would like be spitting. It just gargantuan lumps of spit just being lobbed right out of his old mouth. Let's look and see what else they got here. See what we got on here. National championship prediction from CBS Sports. Can y'all see that? We'll do some more of this, and then we'll get to the Oklahoma news, as well as maybe some Alabama stuff as well. Oh, yeah. It says finally, the Ohio State defense has faced Tennessee, Oregon, and Texas in the first 3 rounds and held those teams to 52 total points. That's just 17.3 points. The Irish offense has been more prolific than all 3, with scoring 39.8. So they're picking on CBS. It says here they're going to take the -8. Actually, the line must have come down to 8, according to CBS. And CBS is going to take the 8 points. They're taking Ohio State. In their little betting section of their website, these guys that are picking are saying that Ohio State will cover the -8. So that's another website in favor of Ohio State covering. On the over and under, as you can see right here, it's they got it at 46.5, and they're saying pick the under. So they don't think that there's going to be 46.5 points scored between the two teams. I tend to agree with that. What about y'all? And here's some interesting props that they picked out of the betting list. Notre Dame quarterback Riley Leonard going over 37.5 yards rushing. It says here that the Notre Dame offensive line is a little banged up. So they're going to take the under on that and say that Riley Leonard will not get over 37 yards rushing. If you want to use that as one of your bets. If you're a betting fan. I'm not a real big betting guy, but if you want to make some bets, these are some nice little tidbit bets that you can make. Ohio State tight end Guy Scott getting 17.5 yards receiving. They're going to pick the over on that. So that's their two little nuggets for you. They want you to take Ohio State in the points, pick the under on the 46.5, and take the over on tight end Guy Scott getting 17.5 yards. Any betting people out there that are interested in that or no? Also, if you want to get your comment read out, there's a little money dollar sign at the bottom. You can click on that, write your comment out, make a little small donation to the program, however long you want your comment to be. That's the more they charge you for the more characters that you use in the comment. It'll push your comment to the top. I'll read it out. And as you can see, we already got one of our Outlaw Posse members is in the house. Rick Birdwells, hello from Norman. He got his little badges deputized. If you want to get your badge and get deputized and get an actual random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day, you can get that badge by being a member of the channel, not just a subscriber, but a member. And it's $2.99 a month, 75 cents a week. That's just a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. And like I said, the subscriptions are absolutely free. People get them mixed up for some reason, but like, share, comment, and subscribe. Subscribing is absolutely free. So y'all jump out, hit the subscribe button. Also, jump out and hit the like button for me. That way it'll push the algorithm and we'll get more people in this party and get this thing crunk up. So we're at 35 people right now. So it's sweltering on up a little bit here. Now, let's get to some. This is still some Ohio State news, really, but it's also Oklahoma Sooners as well. And then we'll get to the Alabama stuff and maybe even some Dallas Cowboys stuff. Which reminds me, I got to do something real quick before I get to this. I got sent a hat. You know, when someone sends me a hat, I put it on the wall of hats from Dalvin Colquitt, Odessa, Texas. I got a new hat for the wall. Dalvin Colquitt sent me a hat from Odessa, Texas. Nice little Dallas Cowboys hat because of the Dallas Cowboys stuff I've been talking about here lately. So if you ever want a hat to go up on that wall, just get with me on X, a.k.a. Twitter, at OCF Productions in DMs, or you can hit me up under Jesse Paul Clark as well. But if you want to hit me up on X, it's at OCF Productions. And I'll get your address. I'll give you my address, and you can send me a hat, and I'll put it on the wall. So let's put the Dallas Cowboys hat on the wall now. First time the only second NFL team I got up here. As you can see here, I also got a New Orleans Saints hat over here. So I might have to go back to the NFL. I might have to collect me a few hats, put them on a table, and be like these diva-esque recruits that are just so spoiled these days. I'm gonna get me a little table. I'm gonna be just like them. I'm gonna get me like 3 or 4 NFL caps. And I'm gonna pick me an NFL team. And I'm just gonna start watching the NFL. Because in the NFL, at least they have rules. At least you can't go around tampering. You make them sign contracts. They can't just leave after half a year and then come back the next half of the year, like Caden Proctor did at Alabama. He left Alabama, came back to Alabama. before the season started. Left Alabama off for maybe 2 or 3 months, decided to come back. But that's why I'm thinking about going back to the NFL. As much as I hate it, at least the NFL has some semblance of rules, and it's not wild, wild west, and you don't have to worry about teams coming and tampering with your team and taking your shit, and then you're not getting anything, absolutely nothing in return. That's got to stop. And that's why I'm thinking about going back to watching the NFL. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about the new Dallas Cowboys hat? Maybe I'll be a cowboy. I wear a cowboy hat lots of times. If you are new in here, usually I wear the cowboy hat. Y'all want me to put the cowboy hat on, or do y'all want me to keep my little Peaky Blinders hat on? If y'all ever watched Peaky Blinders, it's a nice little series. I think it's on Netflix. It's a nice little action series, sort of like gangster type stuff from way back in the day over in England and stuff. It's a pretty cool show. Go check it out. And as I Am Sooner says, y'all hit the like button as you come in. Please hit that like button, smash that like button, and it'll get more people in the party. And if you're just coming in here, like I said earlier, we was talking about the Ohio Stink, Notre Dame odds, not just the odds, but the over-under and all the other good stuff, little tidbits where you can bet on players. And they were saying you should take the tight ends over on the receiving yards and take the under on Riley Leonard's rushing yards and that kind of deal. You can go back. This will go to this podcast, or this live stream will go to podcast after we get off here, and you can go back and check those odds out if you want to. And we also added a hat to the wall, the Dallas Cowboys hat from Dalvin Colquitt in Odessa, Texas. He sent me that hat to put on the wall up there. Now, let's get to Ohio State. Not Ohio State, but to the Oklahoma news of the day. Says Knowles, Jim Knowles was asked at the title game media day about the rumors of him coming to Norman. According to CBS Sports' Brandon Marcello, Knowles is focused on the team from South Bend this week. Beat Notre Dame, that's all I'm focused on, Knowles said. Why can't he just say I'm not going? You can still focus, Jim, on Notre Dame and still say, hey, I'm not going to Oklahoma. But for some reason he didn't. So that sort of keeps the hopes up for Oklahoma that they may acquire Jim Knowles. And if they do that, that could very well save Brent Venables' job in the end, I think. Anyway, Knowles says, beat Notre Dame, that's all I'm focused on. These things happen, I guess. When you have success, players are making plays. My job is to put them in the best position, blah, blah, blah. Coach speak this, coach speak that. Come on, Jim. Give us something, brother. Just say yes or no, man. As excellent as Knowles is the defensive coordinator and as great of a hire as it would be for Venables, it's unlikely the Sooners can lure him away from the Buckeyes, according to them. Knowles makes over $2 million at Ohio State, which would be a hard number for Oklahoma to match or exceed. Zach Alley made less than $1 million in 2024 for the same role. In addition, Knowles may very well be in line for a pay raise. That's probably why he's holding out. That's probably why he wouldn't say, because he wants to sort of hold it over Ohio State's head so he can get a pay raise out of Oklahoma's open position. If Venables wants to promote from within to replace Alley, they say the top options would seem to be defensive tackles coaches Todd Bates, cornerback coach Jay Valai, and safeties coach Brandon Hall. All three, I think, would not be good hires. Why are you staying within? Why would you want to stay? And this comes from who? This is an Oklahoma website now. Sooners Wire. Sooners Wire. It's basically saying at the end that these are the three guys that they should be focused on. I disagree completely. If the defense was the defense good enough to keep someone from within? Just asking y'all's opinion. The Oklahoma people in here. We got a lot of Oklahoma people in here right now. Or would y'all be satisfied with hiring from within? From those guys, those three they just mentioned? Just curious. Turd Ferguson is in the house. He's with a big fist bump. Appreciate you being in here tonight, Turd Ferguson. So what do y'all think? Y'all think Jim Knowles is him hauling out a bit, him hauling a little bit, and maybe he's thinking about coming to Oklahoma? Because like I said off air, I talked to Jimmy Johns and a few other people about it, and they seem to think that, y'all didn't really have a chance at getting him. And if he did come here, there was some other agenda maybe. Now, this was coming from Jimmy Johns. Jimmy Johns said that he thought if they brought Jim Knowles in here, it might be because he might be coming in to take over for Brent Venables. Maybe Brent Venables' wife, who's been fighting cancer off and on for the last few years, maybe her health isn't as good as it needs to be, and maybe Brent Venables wants to step aside to take care of his wife, bring in Jim Knowles, let him take over as the head football coach at Oklahoma. It sounds a little far-fetched to me, but I've seen crazier things happen, and that was just a nugget that Jimmy Johns had thrown out there against the wall. Called him Jimmy Johns again, didn't I? Probably called him Jimmy Johns 2 or 3 times already. His name's Johnny Johns. I keep calling him Jimmy Johns, man. I guess I want a sandwich or something. Johnny Johns. Johnny Johns. That was his nugget. And but I don't think it's that. I think if Jim Knowles comes to Oklahoma as the defensive coordinator, I don't think he's probably going to get the match. Oklahoma may not match the 2 mil, but Oklahoma may get close enough, like maybe a mil and 1.2, and get it close enough to where he can come down here and make a decent salary, and at the same time make his family happy, because the rumor is that they're not happy in Ohio and they would rather be in Oklahoma. Can't blame them there. Never been to Ohio, but I've got friends that lived up there, and they say that it's not really great. Oklahoma, maybe not that much greater, but at least you're a little further south, and maybe the winters aren't as hard and cold and as harsh. I don't know. But from what they're saying, his family really liked it in Oklahoma. And if he did come back, it wouldn't just be about money. It'd be because his family wants to be back in the state of Oklahoma. Y'all like my new hat? Y'all ain't said shit, man. Y'all like my new hat? Y'all talk, man. Y'all speak to me. Bring it to me. Y'all are the Common Joes and Common Sals in the know. Bring it to me in the comments section. Let me know what you think. If you want to talk about something different topic, I'll let y'all steer the conversation. Just throw it right there in the comment section. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Speak your mind. I'm here. I'm here to hear it. Let's do it. Like Thunder OU Center earlier. He come in here right out the gate. Talked about exactly what he wanted to talk about. He didn't care what I had up here on this thing up here. He come out and he talked about what he wanted to. And that's what I respect. Bring the heat. Tell me what you want to talk about. Eric Taco Marino's in the house. He's got his badge. He's deputized. What do you think about all that, Eric? What do you think about Jim Knowles possibly coming back to Oklahoma? And if he's not, what about those 3 candidates that they listed on the staff? The Todd Bates and Jay Valai and the other guy, whatever his name was. Jay Valai used to be here at Alabama. So maybe they're ready. Maybe they're ready to step up as a coordinator. I don't know. You guys and gals out in Oklahoma, tell me what you guys and gals think. Let's see what we got here. All right. Got a little bit of Alabama knowledge coming your way. Y'all want to talk about the Alabama stuff next, or y'all want to talk about Jerry Jones and con time Deion Sanders? Boy, the con time groupies out there really love it when I call him con time. He's a con man, so hence con time. All right, let's go for the Alabama stuff next. All right, here we go. Y'all see that? This is from Athlon Sports. Basically, they're saying that Paul Feinbaum is saying that there's a lot of rumors going around that Ryan Grubb, who got fired by the Seattle Seahawks, might be coming back to Alabama in some capacity, whether it be a co-offensive coordinator or as an analyst. At Washington, his offensive coordinator was Ryan Grubb. Grubb initially decided to follow the board of Alabama, but later reconsidered and instead became the offensive coordinator at Seahawks. We just talked about that. This season, the Seahawks finished number 14 total offense, but they decided to fire him anyway. 14 is not that bad for a first-year coordinator. This has led speculation that he might finally go to Alabama and join his former boss, DeBoer. However, Paul Feinbaum expressed doubts about Grubb's potential move. Feinbaum pointed out that Grubb turned down an offer from Nick Saban before the 2023 season and then chose not to follow DeBoer, suggesting that he may simply not want to go to Alabama. There again is the family thing. Lots of things behind the scenes that you really don't see or hear about, or they don't come out and say it. But from what I understand, maybe his family wasn't real keen on the small town atmosphere of Tuscaloosa. We're not a real small town, but we're more of a medium-sized town, and if they're used to that big-time city lifestyle of Seattle and whatnot, this may not be the place for them. It's a stark contrast. That is the truth. Plus Seattle, they got a lot of liberal chaos going on up there with a little summer love they had a few years back where they killed a bunch of people. I don't really understand the circumstances because I don't really follow the Seahawks. I don't think it's a slam dunk that he gets hired, Feinbaum said. Remember, he came to Alabama, took the job, then his wife didn't like it. So he took the Seattle job. What bothers me is he turned down Alabama twice. He clearly does not want to be in Tuscaloosa, according to Paul Feinbaum. Of course, I don't really trust Paul Feinbaum as much as I used to. He's turned really into a professional troll, to be quite honest with you. Although he was let go in Seattle, Feinbaum highlighted that the Atlanta Falcons also fired Sarkisian, who was immediately fired by Saban. He used that example to illustrate that failing in the NFL does not necessarily indicate that someone is not a good coach. And that I do agree with. But Feinbaum's not sold on him coming to Tuscaloosa, neither am I. It does seem like maybe there's something there that maybe it's just not a match for him and his family for whatever reason. Why you'd want to live in Seattle, I don't know. But, hey, to each their own, right? Eric Taco Marino has his badge, as I said before, he's deputized. I think it would be great, but we have other coaches that could do it. So you'd be happy with hiring someone from within? Now, with the Seth Luttrell thing, that wasn't really hiring from within, but it was someone who had a connection to Oklahoma through the Bob Stoops regime. And a lot of Oklahoma fans are a little tired of that. The Oklahoma fans want to bring in some outsiders, I think. That's why they went and got Ben Arbuckle. And I think maybe the same thing could be said about the defense. Maybe they need to bring someone from the outside in. Although the defense did play better than the offense last year. So they may not need to go outside the staff that they got in place. So if you had to hire one of your staffers at Oklahoma, Eric, who would it be? Jay Valai, Todd Bates, I forget the other guy's name. They mentioned three of them. Woo! Johnny Fairlane's in the house. He makes a $4.99 donation, gets his comment pushed to the top, says, "Come on, September." I agree, man. I agree wholeheartedly. I'm already thinking about how long it's going to be, and it's already a long, cold winter out here. We're having one of the worst winters we've had in a while here in Alabama, as I'm sure all of you are here in the South and the Southwest. We're having some Arctic-type temperatures, so it's going to be a long, cold winter, to steal a catchphrase from the great 1980s band Cinderella. That was a great album, by the way. Long, Cold Winter by Cinderella. Check that out if y'all want to check out some old school hair band, hard rock, heavy metal kind of stuff. See, I missed the cowboy hat yet? Y'all want me to put the cowboy hat back on? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all let me know. Hit me up. Also down here at the bottom, you can also make donations to the show right here. Hashtag JPC316 money, cash app, blah, 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 blah. And like, share, comment, and subscribe. The big four, and they're all free. All free. Just subscribe, share it with your friends. It's all free. We get this party crunk up. Here's some of our sponsors. McFab LLC, laser cleaning powder coated signage. Matt McWilliams at 21@yahoo.com. Mose Woodsmith Shop. He's made me a lot of great things. Check his stuff out on the bottom scroll down there. Got it upside down. But that's what Mo made me. And I don't have my signage with me from Matt, but just check out him on the scroll down there. If you want to order some of that stuff, he can put anything on a piece of wood no laser's ever used. You can even put Jennifer Lopez's ass on a piece of wood if you want him to. John Christophic's in the house. What's up, John? All right, let's bring up the Dallas Cowboy stuff because we got a lot of Cowboy fans in here too. It's surprising how there is a common thread. As much as I hate to admit it, Texas Longhorns and Oklahoma Sooner fans actually have a common thread. A lot of them are Cowboys fans. So they have to come together and kumbaya in the NFL most of the time, right? Make sure y'all can see that before I start reading it. Says here the list of candidates grows as the days go by. Let me get my glasses on real quick because I'm fixing to start talking about the one and only Con Time who likes to spew bullshit. So he puts his little shady ass glasses on and then he starts spewing his bullshit. So I'm going to put my Con Time crimson colored glasses on. Says the list of candidates grows as the days go by. Con Time, Deion Sanders, Ben Johnson, Robert Saleh, Leslie Frazier, Cliff Kingsbury. That's a dumbass candidate. I don't know why people are so stuck on putting Cliff Kingsbury as a damn head coach, man. He sucks. Damn, man. Y'all quit talking about Cliff Kingsbury, man. Give me a damn break. However, there is an offensive mind who knows Dak Prescott better than anyone that could give him an edge to secure the job. After much uncertainty, a familiar face could be chosen to lead the team in the quest to win a Super Bowl for the first time since the 1990s. I think what it was 1995 maybe? Although Deion Sanders has gained a lot of momentum, Deion Sanders has gained a lot of momentum, it says, to become the new head coach, and it's going to be an awful mistake by Dallas if they do that shit. I'm going to tell you. Jerry Jones has officially requested to interview Keelan Moore, and that could change everything. Moore has revamped the Eagles' offense in his first year as offensive coordinator for Philadelphia after Mike McCarthy showed him the door in the early days of 2023 as he decided to take on a role with the Cowboys. Who is Keelan Moore? After his departure from the Cowboys, Keelan spent a year as offensive coordinator for the Los Angeles Chargers before receiving an opportunity for Philadelphia, where he has excelled by maximizing the potential of Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, who, by the way, won today. So Philadelphia is playing the Washington Redskins in the NFC Championship game for the right to go to the Super Bowl. And I'm not going to call them that other word. So y'all don't come in here correcting me and saying, you're not supposed to call them the Redskins. Because I'm going to call them the Redskins. Because they're about to go back to the Redskins anyway. And just because they're not the Redskins right now, I hope they lose. Not a real big Philadelphia fan, but until they change their name back to the Redskins, I hope they don't win a damn thing because they really pissed off a lot of people in the Native American population when they did that. Because a lot of Native Americans adored that helmet. They loved that helmet. They wanted that on the helmet. It honored the Native Americans. It wasn't an insult. Would you nickname your team after something that was an insult? Just stupid ass liberals, man. Pissing in their little panties, wetting their diaper, and losing their noodle like they always do, causing a bunch of bullshit over something that's not that big of a deal. But that's it. I'm going to go ahead and take off my Con Time Deion Sanders shades so I can not be a bullshitter anymore like him. There you go. But that's about the biggest rundown I had. I had a couple of topics. I had a lot of topics there to run through. I'm pretty proud of myself. See what we got down here in the comment section. It says Jay Valai might be leaving to be a head coach somewhere. When? When? He ain't doing it this year. Where's he going? High school? FCS? Junior college? Where's he going? I don't know. You tell me. I don't think Jay Valai. if he wants to be a head coach, he needs to be a coordinator first, don't he? I mean, it'd probably help his resume. If I'm him, I would pursue that coordinator position very heavily. Eric Taco Marino. Todd Bates would be good, but I don't think he wants it. Why wouldn't he want it? Once again, if you're aspiring to be a head coach and you're an assistant, the most logical step to me would be a coordinator at some point. That's usually the progression 80% of the time. I would venture to say. You have your ones that don't, it's against the norm, like Sam Pittman. He wasn't a coordinator. He was an offensive line coach, and he ended up being the head coach of Arkansas. I thought Sam Pittman was going to do good, by the way, because his first year he was decent. And he had a little bit of a lull, and now he's took Arkansas back to a bowl game. But, that's another topic for another day. So y'all got anything else for me? Anything y'all want to talk about before we get out of here? Anything you want to get my thoughts on? Just drop it in the comment section down there, and I will read out your comment. You can also hit the little money dollar sign at the bottom. It'll push you to the top of everybody else's. And I will read your comment out just like I did Johnny Fairlane earlier. Let's go back to CBS Sports real quick for y'all. Something I wanted to look at real quick. See what y'all think about that. Them stupid Sam Club shit. And what are they doing here, man? Oh, here we go. All right, here it is. All right. It says here, leading stories in college football news today. Steve Sarkisian agrees to a contract extension with Texas. So it don't look like Sark is going to be a Cowboy candidate anymore. So Oklahoma, I guess you're going to have to get used to old Pee Wee Herman being around for a while. Yeah, that's right. I said it. Come on, you got to admit, Sark's hair sort of looks like I guess a more normal looking Pee Wee Herman, man. He's got that hair. His hair looks just like Pee Wee Herman to me. Sunbelt fines Marshall $100,000 for opting out of the bowl game. My boy Kuz being interested in this since he's from the state of West Virginia. A lot of people were all about Marshall was in the right by not going to that bowl game, but you basically cost your conference money. And if you're going to be in a conference, then you need to fulfill your obligations. Marshall may not have had enough players at certain positions is why they didn't go, but they had enough players to compete. If you had to put your running back at linebacker or your linebacker at running back, then that's on you. Maybe your players shouldn't be quitters and quit the team just because their coach got fired. That kind of deal. All right. I've run about through all I can run through. I appreciate y'all coming in here tonight and hanging out with me. Y'all got any more questions for me before I get out of here? Like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. As I said before, subscribing is absolutely free. And it gets this party crunk. We're over 5,000 subscribers now. That was a big landmark for us. We achieved that a few weeks ago. And this channel's still pretty young, now about 2 or 3 years old. So I think it was a nice little achievement. And maybe we can get up to 10,000. Who knows? And if y'all got any ideas for topics in the future, drop that in the comment section. Also, this thing will go to podcast after we get off of here. You can go on there as well. You can also find me on X, a.k.a. Twitter, at OCF Productions. Hit me up in the DMs on there and give me your ideas of maybe some topics you want me to do. And maybe you even want to be on the show. We can exchange phone numbers and we can talk it out and see if you might want to even be on the show. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.